So when we had the first working prototype of the TopK Pruning project, a customer ran a query that had previously run for 30 minutes and it only took 30 seconds. Hi, my name is Juliane. I'm a software engineer here at Snowflake, and I've been working here for a little over 3 years. I'm on the pruning team here at Snowflake. We identify which partitions of data can be skipped scanning through metadata. And one project in the pruning space I worked on was accelerating TopK queries, which are queries that have both an order by and a limit. My part in the TopK Pruning project was identifying the queries that could benefit from this feature and then actually sharing this boundary value from the TopK operator with the table scan and then using it in the table scan to compare it to metadata and skip scanning partitions if they weren't necessary for the result. When we initially started productizing the TopK project, I was the only developer actually working on it. And so I had to make early decisions on what to get done. But while I was working on the first version, we already had new developers starting on improving the feature with improvements that we'd always planned to make. And so now there's quite a few TopK projects that I'm not always directly involved in. I'm not always coding in, but I'm advising all of them because I implemented the first version of the project and all of the new projects built on top of what I have done. The TopK Pruning project actually started at Snowflake, which is the yearly hackathon we have at Snowflake. And everybody was so excited about the project that they really wanted us to start working on it to get it to customers as fast as possible. And so I started working on it in the next year. When we had the first working prototype of the TopK Pruning project, we started making it available to some select customers in a private preview where they could try it out and give us feedback. And one of my favorite stories from that time was where a customer ran a query that had previously run for 30 minutes and it only took 30 seconds, which was a great sign that the feature was working as expected or even better. One of the very nice things about the TopK Pruning improvement is that it gets applied to applicable customer queries automatically. So the customers do not have to change how they write their queries. If they wrote queries with an order by and a limit previously, or if they do it now, then the feature automatically gets applied, making the queries faster, which means they get the results faster. If a query returns a result faster, that's very good for the customers because the query gets cheaper. We recently released an improvement to TopK Pruning where we're using different metadata for doing the pruning. And that meant that we could reduce the number of IOs even further. And there we saw queries that got over 100 times faster. So we continue working on this feature, we continue improving it. I recommend working at Snowflake because we deal with very interesting problems. We have great colleagues. You can learn a lot from them. There's so many smart and kind people around everywhere. Also, whatever we do work on gets to the customers very quickly, so you can tell if you have an impact. So at Snowflake, we have these different values, and one of the values is own it. Once you've actually worked on something and improved it, or added a new feature especially, then you own that code. And people come to you to ask for help, and you get to expand what you own and help others work with the things you've worked on. So when you start at Snowflake, you usually get a mentor who helps you learn everything about the product. The more you learn and the more you know, the more you actually start also helping others. And one of the great ways to do this is to mentor interns who you can design a project for, and then they come and work on this for a few months, and you get to productize it in the end. Oftentimes there's other teams who are working on stuff that's related to what you've worked on, and then you can help them and contribute to discussions.